Crime wave in Gotham. Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
Coming up, more problems for a troubled
earthquake.
Yep,
We're having an earthquake.
Breaking into homes and tickling people.
Fans quickly trashed his pantsless look on social media.
Also, in other news,
the whistles got woo!
He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
He's on the lean and the model.
I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
He thought the car was a spaceship and that the driver was an alien.
He lost his life savings, $2,600. And all he has to show for it is this stuffed banana with dreadlocks.
Last night, I decided that we decided a little while back that we were going to go see Green Day because I like concerts at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, you told me that you were going to see this,
and
too.
We've had fun there.
One of your
and
favorite bands?
Not really.
No?
I like them. But I would not classify them as one of my favorite bands. I enjoy the stuff that XRT plays. I owned a couple of the albums, and when Dookie came out in the mid '90s, I really enjoyed that. Listened to it a lot. It was okay. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. I would say of the 3 concerts I've seen at Wrigley, the Police, AC/DC, and Green Day, it's easily third, with AC/DC first and the Police second. And they did a representative job with their stuff. I'm a huge fan of the drummer, Trey Cool, and the bassist, Mike Dirnt, who are really, despite Billy Joe being the mind and the front man of the band and the primary songwriter, those guys are the muscle. The rhythm section really drives what they do. I also didn't know that they had another guitarist there who's doing a lot of the lead stuff, filling in while Billy Joe is jumping around. But I laughed out loud. There was way too much pandering to the audience, and that's a pet peeve of mine.
Call it participation?
Yeah, no. Well, they called a guy up to play the guitar. They called a kid up to sing, and then
I didn't pay money for that.
And
I
then,
paid money to
right,
for
yeah, and then there's the Chicago, Wrigley Field, Cubbies. Like, I can't believe I'm at effing Wrigley Field, and the whole thing. And then at one point. And I realized something was going when he's just like, yeah, Illinois. And then he kept saying Illinois, like there's some like state pride involved here, like appealing to Illinoisans on a state level. And it didn't stop there. It's like he's going, yeah, Chicago and Illinois. What about Wisconsin?
What?
Who's here from Wisconsin? Yeah, Indiana.
Oh, my Iowa peeps stand up.
Right, and then I think, oh, no, he's doing this. And then I swear to you, he goes, the Midwest!
So,
Billy Joe Jabari Parker
so
Armstrong.
He did turn into a 6'8" black man.
And I'm laughing. And Beth's like, why are you laughing? And she's like, I know this is dumb, but it's not that funny. Like he's being Jabari Parker. He literally goes, he stops. He's like, signifying the Midwest. I was like, you're doing regional shout-outs? Seriously?
The Atlantic Coast.
The Big Ten Conference area. The Missouri River Valley. Like, I don't know what you're doing here. Right?
Illinois stands for onions, land of onions.
We use the word Oski, not because of the word Oski. Whatever is necessary today.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, just play the music, man.
See, rappers usually pander with just wearing a jersey, like a Bears jersey, a Bulls jersey, or a Cubs jersey.
It just was enough. Like, it's okay. I know
and
I'm from Chicago.
I'm
from Chicago. I'm in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Just let's hear some songs.
Our success equals the knowledge of being the knowledge.
All right. I know NFL season is upon us, Dan, when stories like this come out. This from thecomeback.com. Every sports fan sometimes has to deal with a non-fan failing to understand that their devotion to their teams, but not every sports fan has paid for that devotion the way a 77-year-old grandmother in Youngwood, Pennsylvania did. According to the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review, the woman in question was allegedly beaten over 2 days by her daughter and granddaughter because she was listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers preseason game too loudly on TV, on the radio, and the radio on Sunday. Dolores M. Amarino, 40, Sarah M. Amarino, 17, both big Sox fans as well, have
Go White Sox!
have reportedly been charged with aggravated assault criminal conspiracy, strangulation, terroristic threats, false imprisonment, simple assault, harassment and criminal mischief. They are being held on $200,000 bond. The grandmother's injuries were not life-threatening. The details of this story are pretty insane. Per the Tribune Review, the hearing-impaired older woman locked herself in her bedroom with a radio after her daughter and granddaughter turned down the volume of the TV. Dolores,
For what?
Dolores and Sarah then allegedly broke the door to the older woman's room, hit her in the face with a broom, twisted her arm, whacked her in the back of the head, stomped on her foot, shaved her head with scissors and a shaver.
What? Wait. That's a little motivated at that point.
It becomes a little ritually at that point, right? Choked her with their
Not Little Richard.
Woo! So they tortured her by locking her in a room with Little Richard.
Playing Good Golly, Miss Molly.
They had Little Richard make her up. All right. Choked her with their hands, wrapped a scarf around their neck, and refused to let her leave the house. The abuse lasted from Sunday through Monday until she escaped Tuesday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need the Thursday night game to kick off your NFL season. Ladies and gentlemen, it happened in Youngwood, Pennsylvania.
This, according to Yahoo, one of the ways the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, measures hurricane damage is by the Waffle House Index. Waffle House, a popular 24-hour fast food chain.
How many criminals you can have bring you food?
Southeast, has a unique ability to operate solely on gas if necessary. That produced by the clients the next day in an endless cycle of activity. So a closed Waffle House is often tantamount to disaster. Tantamount to disaster. And while we won't know yet how Hurricane Harvey will fare on the index, the attitude at Waffle Houses across Texas has been calm. The company's staff has been preparing for months. One Waffle House employee said, "We have our own special disaster teams and generators waiting to be shipped. We are open up until the city makes us close, probably later on tonight. As soon as it's over, we'll be right back open." Waffle House's resiliency is a great source of satisfaction for people. The Galveston employees said, "When nothing else is open, I'm going to tell you, the Waffle House is open." And actually, FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate noticed this phenomenon following hurricane damage. He developed the Waffle House Index. Green is full menu. Yellow, this is true.
This is real.
Yellow is partial menu, and red means there may be no Waffle House left.
Wow. So where are we at right now in Texas? Yellow, maybe?
I guess so far it's green. There's a hurricane prep. For many, it can be a scramble. For Waffle House, it's a game of chess with military-style strategy and execution. Before a storm hits, before hurricane season, the company makes storm checklists for each location, meets with local authorities, and educates new employees, though many have been through 15 hurricanes. So they have a jump team, a small team of restaurant operators from outside a hurricane zone. They swoop into the first possible moment after a storm to restore service and get things open.
This is serious.
They have jump teams. They have a command center, and they have jump teams that go in and make sure Waffle Houses reopen ASAP.
Wow. I really wish, now that I know this about FEMA, they wouldn't have given people trailers with formaldehyde in it in New Orleans. And now that I know that they have a Waffle House Index and actually have studied this, I wish they would have.
They were smart enough
a little bit more diligent.
Check on their materials.
In the whole Katrina situation, but hey,
heck of a job, Brownie.
What do I know? That was back when Kanye. Kanye West was black too. All right,
I remember those days.
Yeah, right. You remember that?
Yeah.
Around the graduation album.
Yeah, you're reading all that.
You're reading all that stuff. All right, so I got this for you, and I am going to stay in Pennsylvania, my friend. After spending the last 2 years building an epic 3-story doghouse,
you got to get out of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania man Aaron Franks has made his pit bulls some happy pups. Aaron Franks shared photos of the doghouse on Facebook and received much fanfare. The fortress includes, Dan, and I can't even describe this, and this person doesn't. Maria Murray doesn't do a good enough job of describing this. The pictures are absolutely insane. The fortress includes an in-ground pool, running water, electricity for nighttime visibility, multi-story ramps, and a mulched area adorned with a fake fire hydrant for doggy business.
Dude.
In his post, Frank jokes that his kids want him to put a flat-screen television out there for Animal Planet viewing purposes. Quote, "I don't know. That might be a little bit too much." Unquote. Franks also thanks his wife for her patience and understanding while he labored over his creation for his pups, who he calls a part of the family. Now, I try to think about the way that I could put this on the way here today. There's no way to put this. This is white folks action right here. A 3-story doghouse with running water, electricity, and calling these dogs your kids when you have kids already. Yeah, you have to see this situation.
Where does that rank with like the guy who makes the wiffle ball field that's an exact replica of Fenway
or Wrigley, right? The guy downstate who did Wrigley Field in his backyard.
Right.
At some point, your family either has to talk to you or leave you. You should have no friends after this because you had none going into this that didn't stop your silly ass. He is, and I don't care how much money you have. This is one of those, oh, well, if you got it, it's not tricking if you got it. Nah, this is tricking. Dan, there is a pool, and the pool isn't just doggy size. There's it's a good 4 by 6 foot, 2 dogs can get in there and have a good time. There are steps. There is a mulched area. There are 2 toys hanging from each part of the separate 3 floors doghouse. This is one of those things where you got to get your mans, Dan. When we split up teams. I got to wear this one. When you split up teams.
I got to wear this. Okay.
You got to get out there to Aaron Franks and tell them you're doing wrong by the community.
And that is in other news.